Greetings, ladies, gents, oddities, and all the in-betweens. My hair is green. See? I have green highlights. Yay. I have had a bad week. Throughout this week, I did get something. I got the Psycho complete my subset, so there's that. But my week's been bad. I'll explain from the small things to the two really big ones. So on the small end, my games got pushed back. I was looking forward to playing No Straight Roads and Dead Cells next week. Sorry, I was looking forward to playing No Straight Roads this week and playing Dead Cells next week and picking up that with House Flipper. But apparently, Dead Cells has been pushed back until October. And despite pre-ordering it, apparently, Kingdom Majestic isn't. It's just super sold out. So I don't know if I'll get the games that I pre-ordered. So that was cool. Those are some of the small stuff. Oh, I found out that I probably will be promoted. But apparently I need to dress better. So I need to start wearing button-downs and nicer clothes to work. Despite the fact that I've never seen anyone else really do that at my job in any other position at any other store. But apparently I have to. That was something cool to find out. What else is there? That's small stuff. So, one of the things with this week that made my week bad is the fact that I can't really use my car currently. This is due to the fact that on my way rushing to work for my boss, I was selected to go do something that manager should have done. But I went to work, rushed there, and on my way to work, I saw an old lady putting something in her trunk in the wrong lane. I couldn't get around her because of the fact it was a one-lane highway, so I couldn't get out and around her. So I waited for her to get her shit back into her car, and she did, and she backed her car into mine. Now, being a super light, I noticed it, but she hit my car, and I hit hers. Sorry, she hit me, which is super fun. Had to go to work. Little did I know that on my way to work, that I realized that she had bent the front of my car slightly inward, so my tires screech at the sound of turning because of how the front of my car has been bent inward because of it. And that has been super fucking fun. That's been cool. So, because of that, I essentially can't drive my car, which is super great. Now, the better thing is that I decided I tried to be proactive and realized that now that I had a few days off, I should go to court and figure out whatever I got a letter for. I found out that I had missed a court hearing for something during the pandemic. I didn't know that I missed a court date, but apparently I missed it because I missed it during the virus. I thought, hey, I called in the middle of May to figure out can I reschedule the court date, and I was told that if I missed the court date, just come into the courthouse, reschedule it. And I was like, cool, because apparently they closed until June. I called back. I called back a few weeks, I think like a week back, and I was just told, oh yeah, if you miss your court date, just come in and do it. But technically, I apparently had a capias out on myself because I missed a court date, even though, couldn't make it to court because of the court date's time period in the coronavirus. So I thought, hey, I had a day off. Me and Grell had to go somewhere else. I'll just go to court, get a court date rescheduling, and figure out if I can talk to the judge about the things that happened. Because initially, it all technically boils down to a big misunderstanding. A court thing that I have to pay a fee for, so I thought I'll just go talk to the judge about that and get it fixed. When I got to the courthouse, it seemed chill. Empty my pockets, didn't take my wallet with me. I thought I was going in, being judge, coming out. I got in, and apparently there was no judge on the bench. And I was like, okay, cool. They were like, don't worry, Mr. Boyd, sit down. We'll go get you a ruling. And I was like, cool, this will take like 20 minutes, I assume. I have the rest of my day. I then had to talk to two cops who arrested me. Now, I say arrested in the way of I was handcuffed, so I technically count that as being arrested. I know technically the term is detained. I was detained. But I also had to take off all of my jewelry. So my bracelet I haven't taken off in years. I had to take that off because, whatever. Took off my shoes, my necklace, and my ring. And was then just kind of left in a cell for like 45 minutes. That was cool. Because, part of my day involved, thinking that I was going to just go outside, pay a court fee, and got left in a jail cell. While sitting there, I gave them a number of my good friend Grell, who was supposed to come hang out with me and come to court with me. Unfortunately, she didn't get that chance. Apparently, she, while out doing stuff, because she dropped me off at the courthouse, and I was like, drop me off. She's like, I'm gonna go home, get my breakfast, go get gas. Apparently, in the middle of her process of getting her breakfast and grabbing herself some gas, she got a call from the court saying that I was locked in the courthouse and needed bail of $150. Because mind you, even though if you go to a courthouse, you have to take your cell phone, smartwatches, electronics, books, food, money though. Bring money. Just bring money. Because throughout the time period of me being handcuffed, rolled downstairs in an elevator, being put in a cell, everyone kept asking me, did I have money? Did I have money? Do I have my wallet on me? Do I have any money at all at this point in time? And the answer to everyone was fucking no. So, Grell, rightfully concerned for my safety, drove back to the courthouse to figure out where I was. When she got there, she got told that I got a ruling and I got a court rescheduling, and no one knew where I was. She apparently waited around for 10 minutes trying to figure out where I was because no one told her. That was cool. While sitting in my detainment cell, devoid of nothing, a super annoying guy next to me kept bothering me because he apparently was going to jail and I wasn't, because he apparently had a real fine and he was going to jail now and he felt some kind of way about that. So apparently, the more important thing about the story is I didn't actually need bail. I needed a ruling from a court person upstairs. Apparently, if there's no judge on the bench at the Court of Common Pleas in my state, they just throw you in detainment if you have an outstanding bill or warrant. And that's why I got to sit in a jail cell for about 45 minutes. And unceremoniously, as I was put into it, I got the same amount of disconcern on the way out. Because randomly, a guy randomly came out and was like, yeah, you're free to go. Sign this. Sign here, here, and here. Did my friend show up? Do I owe money? I don't know. You got a court rescheduling. Sign the form. Do you have a copy of the court date? Yeah, it's on the paper. It's signed, so you can leave. That's about thing what I dealt with. So after doing that, I went home and got to deal with some more stuff relating to work, but that's not a big deal. So then I decided to, after that really bad day, a lot of bad things happened that day. Whether it be the fact that I had to deal with random things with identity problems, or go to my store to get semi complaint to about what I didn't do and wasn't my question that I asked the person that was there. So that was also part of a big fucking day. I decided the next day, after sleeping most of my day, trying to not be angry or annoyed about how my day went, and also sleeping on a towel, make sure that my newly green hair didn't screw up my pillow. I decided to go back to the courthouse. And I decided to go to the courthouse with my good friend Phoenix. I did this because I did apparently owe a different fine for something else entirely different, and that fine was $300. I got that money from Phoenix, and we went to the court together. Now, little did I know, in hindsight, that I would need Phoenix to be there, because we got there 15 minutes before the courthouse closed. And I just didn't pick my times correctly. So when we got there, I was like, I'm here to pay a bill. Same two cops that escorted me downstairs, handcuffed me, was like, is your bill outstanding? And I was like, maybe? They're like, what do you mean maybe? I'm like, so yesterday, before you guys arrested me, the person that I talked to in the clerk's office said that I had to wait for a court ruling, but I could still pay my fine. And I assumed if I could still pay my fine yesterday, I should be able to pay it today. They then informed me of this cool policy that there's no judge on the bench. We're closing in 10 minutes. And if your bill is outstanding, you can't pay it. Because if you do, we'll have to jail you again. And because of the time period of closing, we have to transfer you to a different court for you to get bailed out. So, is there anyone else that can pay the fine? And I was like, he can pay it, I guess. And he did. My good friend Rob paid my fine. Although, he did inform me that while paying the fine, he was followed by a police officer who basically questioned why I didn't pay it the previous day. If I had the ability to pay it, I should have just paid it, and I shouldn't have wasted so much time if I had money. They also advised him to keep me on the straight and narrow and make sure that I'm staying on the right path. Because after, being in jail, I would just spend more money. So that was a fun time. And that's been the lower part of my week. I had a long day at work. Well, there are some highlights of my week. Yesterday, no, I lied. 2 days ago, Friday. I started playing games with my good friend Strider. Strider started playing games that then turned into Strider, Wizard, and Grunt all playing games, and I was having random conversations about a lot of different stuff. Unfortunately, one of the things that happened during the conversation was the fact that at the end, Grunt broke up with his girlfriend of 3 years, and that was a really weird thing to come back to. And that sucked. That happened. But I did get to play a bunch of Division 2 with my friends. High point, but my friend broke up with his girlfriend in 3 years, and that was a really shitty thing to kind of deal with all at once. So that was bad. Today, kind of annoying, but fine, I guess. And it's been a bad week. I currently can't drive my car. I have to call the lady's insurance on Monday and hope that my car is going to be fixed in the outcome of all this. And I have to deal with a lot of more random stuff. My room's no closer to being clean. The yard's horrible. I have to mow. And I just kind of feel like my entire week has been a long myriad of problems wrapped into one. But in the end, with things like this, I don't really get a say in it. I generally just go throughout my week and I just have these things happen. The problems that are cropping up, the things that are happening to me currently, I can't do anything about them. I just have to I have to smile and get through it. Whether it be problems at work, problems with insurance, problems with life, I don't really get the ability to be upset or do things because I don't really get to be the person in any aspect that gets to be mad or deal with anything. Because if I have a problem with anyone's problems, it's horrible. But I don't get the luxury. I happen to be the annoying person. I happen to be the person, no matter what the problem, I have to grin, bear it, and deal with other people's understanding of things. Deal with their anger, their annoyances. And I don't get to do that. Because if I did that, it would be the horrible thing ever. Why dare I be upset? I'm pulling up the process. But other people get upset, break things, throw things, get mad, use their positions to make things more annoying for me. I have to sit there and deal with it. So, that's part of the reason why I'm annoyed at the moment. So, here's to next week possibly being better. Who can tell that's going to happen or not? I do know that this week has been an absolute train wreck. And as far as I know, it can either get worse or get better. No one can tell. So, thanks for listening to the ramblings of my week. And let's hope that I see you guys again next week. Till then, ta.